We're going to make an animated character walk across the page using drawn animation produced on a lightbox. The technique we're going to explore is called keyframe animation, and it's based on the idea that all actions can be defined by a small number of storytelling frames. These are the keyframes, and they normally occur at the beginning and at the end of the action. Once you've defined the beginning and the end of the action, it's simply a process of using the lightbox to define all the other drawings that go in between. And once the drawings are filmed and then played back in the correct order, what you get is your intended animation sequence. So for this first exercise, we're going to learn how to draw effective keyframes and then how to use those to produce in-betweens. So the first thing to do is to draw the two keyframes. Put a piece of paper on your lightbox and draw a picture of a leg that is bent at the knee. It's really important to number the pages, because if you forget to do this, you're going to get yourself into a bit of a muddle later on. You might find it easier to draw if the leg is made out of primitive shapes, because then you can see where the joints are and you can make sure that the bones remain the same length throughout. Put another piece of paper over the first on the lightbox and number this as page number 7. On page 7, draw the leg, but this time standing on tiptoes. If you flip between the two drawings, you will immediately see that you have defined the action. Once you're happy with your two keyframes, you'll need to make clean copies. And it's these clean copies that we will be using for the in-betweening process. So we'll quickly draw a timing chart for our animation sequence. Page 1 is the first keyframe, and page 7 is the second keyframe. The in-betweening method allows you to find the halfway point between any two drawings. You do this by putting them both on the lightbox, then you put a fresh piece of paper over the top, and by switching on the light, you can find out where to place the middle position. Animators frequently flip between the drawings to check that the action is the way they want it. Please feel free to make constant alterations to your lines. They don't need to be neat and tidy. You can always clean up your drawings later on. In fact, it's a lot easier to do if you allow yourself to adopt a very sketchy drawing style. So if the two keys are on page 1 and page 7, then the middle drawing is going to be on page number 4. This middle drawing is often called the breakdown position. So load up your lightbox with page 1 and page 7, put a new sheet of paper on the top and number that page number 4. Now, drawing by eye, try to find the middle position of the movement and sketch this in onto page 4. Remember, you can flip between the drawings as you go to check the action, and please feel free to make lots of alterations until you're happy with your breakdown position. All the other drawings will inherit characteristics from page 4, so it's really important that you're happy with it before you go on to the next stage. Page 1 and page 7 are the keyframes, and page 4 is the breakdown position. Now that we've drawn page 4, we can produce an in-between drawing. The first in-between drawing is halfway between the keyframe and the breakdown position. So put page 1 and page 4 on your lightbox and get another piece of paper, put that on the top, and this time we're going to call it page number 3. I'll explain why it's page number 3 in a moment. Using the same in-betweening method, now try to work out the halfway position between page 1 and page 4 and draw that onto page 3. Flip the drawings to check your results. So now we've produced two keyframes, one breakdown and one in between. Let's now add another in between, this time between page 4 and page 7. So put 4 and 7 on the lightbox, get a new piece of paper, put it on the lightbox and number this one as page number 5. On page 5, try to draw the halfway position between 4 and 7. You've now made enough drawings to produce an animated sequence. But if we were to film this sequence now, we wouldn't be very happy with the results. This is because the movement will be running at a consistent speed. And normally in nature, things have to accelerate at the beginning of their movement and slow down again at the end. We can create this effect by adding 2 more drawings to the sequence. These extra drawings are sometimes called cushions, and they have the effect of smoothing out the movement to make it look more naturalistic. So we're going to put a cushion between page 1 and page 3. You've probably guessed already, that's page number 2. Once you've drawn that, take everything back off the lightbox, and now let's put a cushion at the end of the sequence. This time it's between page 5 and page 7. So the cushion is going to be page number 6. Once you've finished the sequence, just flip through the pages to see if anything jumps out at you that needs correcting. But when you're finally happy, it's time to shoot a line test using your rostrum camera. Congratulations! You've now produced your first piece of keyframe animation.